Hi guys, my name's Ollie. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be episode 2 of Ziggy Wiggle's Laser and Crafts playing with the M1 Ultra by xTool. Today is all going to be about making coasters, and before you go ahead and waste too much in materials, then I'm going to also highlight the importance of doing a materials test grid. So as you can see, this is the M1 Ultra. And on top of the tray there, I've actually got some materials test grids that I've already done. One for slate stroke rock coasters. And then there's a wooden pine circular coaster there with a test grid array on. Let me just show you those a little bit closer. So this is, all you got to do this is once on one of your materials. And then you've got your scales then for working out your power settings. So that's the pine coaster there. And as you can see, you've got the speed going up the left and the power along to the right, and you just go along the two axes and find the effect that you're looking for. And it's an easy way of it's like a ready reckoner for your settings with what you're using. There we go. And if you're doing slate coasters or rock coasters, as it's called in xTools, then your test grid array will look something like this. Now, although there are a lot of guideline settings in xTool, there isn't one for treated rock coasters. So I've actually sprayed this coaster with a bit of black paint, and then I've done the test grid array on it. And we'll see how they come out later in the program. Okay, so you're ready to do a coaster, and just open up XCS Creative Suite and open up a blank canvas there. And what we'll do is we'll import an image into XCS. So we're just going to click on that left image button there, and then we'll have a look at some of the images that we've got. We've got that one, that's quite nice. Got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. We're liking big floral prints at the moment, very, very popular. So a set of 6 coasters with these floral prints on always makes a nice gift, and you can even laser a box for them to go in as well. But I think we're going to have a look at that one. That one looks quite impressive, I think. So we'll just open up the image. And there it is, it's massive at the moment. Now your average rock coaster or slate coaster is around 110 square, if it's a square one obviously. So you just go up into the top left where it says width, and if you just type 110 and then press enter, that's going to give you a square. Now the other thing to remember is your marking out for the coaster. We'll just do that quickly and then find out the canvas that we've got to operate on. So I'm just going to click the flag button up here to mark the processing area or processing area in the UK, and that's up on the screen there. And give me 2 seconds and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so all I did there was went across the machine, had my coaster on the honeycomb bed, and then we just took the laser to one corner of the coaster and pressed the white button on the front of the machine, took the laser across to the kiddie corner, the opposite corner, and pressed the white button on the machine, and then we just end the marking and say that we're done. And that's the position on the canvas on the bed of our tile there where the red cross is. Now we've left the red cross on top of the area where the actual coaster is so that we can do the measuring. So then all you do is hit auto measure, and the laser will do the measuring there for us, which is nice. And then we come back to our canvas, and then we get this image ready to be lasered. So all we have to remember really, guys, is that our slate coaster is black in colour. It's a very dark colour. So if you've got a dark colour and you're using an image, there. Once you've got the image roughly where you want it, there we go. That's nice. I like to cover the whole area that's taken up by the coaster. So when I did the marking out, I've measured the extremities of it, and as you know, it's got a bit of a chamfered edge to it. So I like the effect it has though when it goes right across the whole coaster. So we're gonna pop this on to our image. We're actually gonna make it oversized because there's a slight imperfection down there in the corner, and I think what we're going to do is get that out. So we're going to make this big floral print nice and big and loud and proud on our coaster. There we go. And so that's positioning done. The next thing that we need to do is take into account that this image is needing to be inverted. So we just click on the image and we go to filter. No, we don't. We go to adjust, sorry. We go to adjust, and then we go right down to the bottom here, and we click on invert. All right, and that's our image inverted. It looks a little strange, but it's going to come out opposite when it does it on the tile. So anything in black would be white, and anything in white would be black. In fact, we should choose our material. Tell it it's actually a rock coaster. That'll give us the recommended settings that xTool recommend. The xTool, when you tell it it's a rock coaster, it's just going to think it's one of your normal Temu slates or Amazon slates, and it's not going to know that you've painted it black if you have painted it black. And it's just going to have a guideline setting. So the power is 20 and the speed 160. But if I look at my test tile, which I did, I can see that 2160 is actually going to be quite dark. Now you can't see that, but it's on the dark side of the tile. Not to be confused with the dark side of the moon, of course, because that was Pink Floyd, wasn't it? Now let's have a look here. So what we're looking for really is a good balance. So I'm going to go for one of these, part of this section here. And that would relate to being a power of 40 and a speed of 125. So that's the settings that we're going to go with. And if you click on the power indicator, if it's easier for you, you can just tap the right key button on the keyboard just to make it go up in increments of 1. So that's quite a cool tip. And then the speed, I think we were going to do what did we say, 120, 140? Actually, maybe 150, looking at it now. So we're just going to drop that down. That's the wrong one. There we go, 40. Click on that one. We'll just do 150 on there. We can leave the bitmap mode on grayscale. You might want to play with those. There's a big choice of them. And in fact, I've seen Jarvis used actually, so that's quite popular too. But we'll leave it on grayscale for now. So we've got a reference point to, in case we do future projects with a different bitmap mode. And then we hit the process button, and it should show you a preview of your job. It will also show you how long it's going to take. That's going to be 17 minutes for a tile. That's quite a detailed tile, to be fair. So if you wanted to watch how the job will pan out, you can actually preview it here at the bottom on the left-hand side, which is underneath my titles actually. But there's a play button there, which isn't you starting the job. That play button is there so you can watch how the job will unfold, and then you can decide if that's what you want to do, or you can go back and carry on processing. So, but for our purposes, we are going to start the job. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you for 17 minutes. So what I'll do, I'll show you a speeded up version of the job taking place, and I'll put one of my AI tunes on there, which is relevant to the channel. You might enjoy it. Let me know what you think. We can always make more. So we're going to start the job. That's going to send the file over to the M1 Ultra. There's the beep saying the M1 Ultra has got it. So the next thing we need to do is go to the M1 Ultra and press the button, the big silver button, to make the job go. So let's do that.
In our cozy corner of the Northeast UK, our hands stay busy, our hearts filled with joy, creating wonders with every craft and toy. Watch as fabric transforms through careful stitching, as yarn weaves patterns so warm and inviting. Quilts tell tales of love, thread by thread, while laser beams dance, bringing designs to life instead. Two furry friends share our creative space, Ziggy and Scoogy, with whiskers full of grace. Our channel spirits sparked by little Ziggy's charm, bringing creativity from our home to yours with open arms. Join us in this journey of making and creating, where every project holds adventures waiting. From needle to laser, we'll explore it all in this crafting wonderland, standing proud and tall.
Wow, that came out really great, didn't it? I'm really happy with the way that's come out. So once the job's completed, we just hit complete. And as you can see, that took 18 minutes and 6 seconds. Now, you might be able to get that to go quicker with not much loss of quality. If you just look at your test grid that you've done, you can see that it is possible to do it on a higher power laser and a quicker speed. But that's the reason for doing the test grids. You can check out the results that you're happy with getting, and then you know what your timing's going to be. So we press complete on that job, and I think next what we're going to do is actually do the same design but on to a pine coaster. So something like that, for instance. And that's what we're going to do. So we'll just get the machine set up for that. Now, it doesn't matter that your design is square and you're going to put it onto a circle, because the cool design would just look cool but round. We'll but for the marking out, we will need a circle. So what we'll do, we get rid of the square from our canvas, just delete the marked area. There we go. And we'll pop across to the xTool in a second, and we'll pop a round pine coaster in there, and then we'll mark that out. So we'll get it ready for that. So we'll pick a circle, and with the circle, when you're marking out, you just pick 3 points on the circle. So if you imagine drawing a triangle on your circle, and then it'll know that it's a circle and where it is. So we'll start the marking process now. Wooden disc and stick it to the honeycomb. Okay. And then you just pick the very edge. One. Two. Three. Cool. So on your xTool screen, your marking out will look like that. So it's expecting now a circle to be there. So you end the marking, press done, and then let's put a design over the circle, make it central, and it'll cut off around there. You can see where the circle is. So if you wanted to get more of that in, you could make your image smaller, which we could go ahead and do. And then we just make it more central again until the two blue crosshairs line up as it is there. Now, I think we've actually missed the edge a little bit there. So we're just going to pull that out a tiny bit. Reposition that. That's fine. And then we're going to tell the xTool that we need to measure it again, which is why we left the laser over the top of the coaster. So that's measured. Next, we'll tell it the materials changed. So we're going to call it for this. We're just going to use this pine coaster that's already in the materials because we've already done a test grid. So we're just going to choose our setting from these here. So, and as you feel across the grid, there's barely any depth to some, and then some others are quite deep and dark. So you need to pick a good happy medium. And we're going to try for a slightly quicker speed and a slightly higher laser power here. So we're going to go for 45 power and 175 on the speed. So as you can see, xTool was suggesting 25 140, but we're going to ramp up the power a bit. So we're going to go to 45 power, and then so it doesn't set fire, we're going to increase the speed. So if we do 45 170-ish, 175 maybe. I think that's around what I'm looking for personally from the project. 45 175, and we can leave all the other settings the same. Cool, that's going to take 11 minutes this time, so a little bit quicker than the rock coaster. And what we'll do, we'll send that job to the machine. And then we'll go across the machine and we will press the button to get this party started. And I'll be back when this is finished. Enjoy.
Hell, beautiful world we're living, and all they crafting magic day by day. In our cozy whiskers full of grace. Our channel's spirit sparked by little Ziggy's charm, bringing creativity from our home to yours with open arms. Join us in this journey of making.
So that's pretty cool, but you can play with the settings to get your own desired outcomes. But I'm quite happy with that. Actually, it's just a floral print onto a coaster. It gives it a bit of interest, somewhere to put your cup of tea, mug of coffee, beer, whatever your poison may be. And of course, once we've done that job, we just complete. And now we'll test it on Cork, I think. Might as well. So all we've got to do is get rid of the marking out, delete the marked area. So this just shows that you can actually carry on just using the same scene, if you like, in XCS Creative Suite. And then we just do the marking out. Actually, with anything light, we just put a little bit of tape on the back. Like that. There we go. Right, so done the marking. And we've got our square there. And then we hit done. And then we're just going to take our image, overlay it over to the square. It's absolutely fine. If it's a little bit oversized, you can see what part of the image you want to get onto your cork. And then we are going to choose the material. Well, we're going to auto measure because we've changed our coaster to a cork one. So let's let xTool know what the distance is from the laser. So that's done. And then instead of pine coaster, we're just going to literally choose cork from the preloaded xTool materials. Now this is suggesting 15% at 180, and I'm pretty happy with that setting. So I'm just going to let that go with the recommended setting. And then we just click on process. And then it will show us a preview and tell us how long it's going to take. It's going to be 13 minutes. It's quite a long one, this. And then we press play. Press start. And then we send it off to the laser. And we hit the button. And see you when this is done.
In our full of grace. Our channel's spirit sparked by little Ziggy's charm, bringing creativity from our home to yours with open arms. Join us in this journey of making and creating, where every project holds adventures waiting. From needle to laser, we'll explore it all in this crafting wonderland, standing proud and tall.
So that's doing the same image onto a cork tile there. And if you see the preview like we've got on the screen here, and you think, oh, I don't particularly like the way that image is going to come out, or there's too much space, then you can always go back and reprocess your image until you're happy with it, and try different settings on it, for instance, you know. So you might want to go to the adjustments here, and you might want to you know, make changes on these sliders, and they all do different things, but you can just have a play with them and see what you think, you know. And it can just process the image in real time. But yeah, don't be afraid to just have a play with it, you know. The xTool is all about exploration and having fun, so don't be afraid to just do and learn by doing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching me make these little projects and showing you a little bit about the M1 Ultra. There's all sorts of things that you can do. I mean, you can grab you could grab images like that. That looks good on a cork tile, actually, this particular image. And you can also make a box and to store your coasters in. We could just run that off quickly and see how that comes out. I've put the Facebook page for our Facebook page on there as a QR code. So if you can join our Facebook group, that'd be great. Just grab the QR code off the screen and show us what you've been up to using your laser machine, and let's all learn together. That'd be cool. One moment, let's see if we can just make this box actually. Okay, so I've just put a sheet of a laser ply into the xTool, and we're going to just do our auto measure now. Now this design for the Slate coaster box, I think I just grabbed it off Design Find, or Atom as it's now called. So you can find all sorts in there, and we've selected 3mm bass plywood, and we are going to... So our piece of wood actually just covers the whole bed anyway. So if you have a look here, that's a piece of wood in there. I've just taped it at each end. It's on the honeycomb, and the laser's ready to go. So we're just going to send it, going to process it, send it to the machine. It's going to take 8 minutes and 50 seconds, which is not bad at all actually. And we'll send that across to the machine. We don't need to do any framing or marking because our piece of wood covers the entire canvas area anyway. So xTool will just go ahead and create this box for us. Let's have a look how it comes out.
In our fabric transforms through careful stitching as yarn weaves patterns so warm and inviting. Quilts tell tales of love, thread by thread, while laser beams dance, bringing designs to life instead. Two furry friends share our creative space, Ziggy and Scoogy, with whiskers full of grace. Our channel's spirit sparked by little Ziggy's charm, bringing creativity from our home to yours with open arms. Hello, beautiful world, we're Lynn and Ollie, crafting magic day by day. In our cozy corner of the Northeast UK, our hands stay busy, our hearts filled with joy, creating wonders with every craft and toy. Watch as fabric transforms through care.
So that's how you make your box for the coasters. And you'll just need to put a little dab of wood glue or PVA or whatever you've got on the joints to keep that together. But it's a really nice, stylish presentation box for your Slate coasters. And looks lovely. So anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me on this second episode. If you've got any suggestions or stuff that I could improve or do differently, I'm very, very new to making videos. I go as far as to say I'm dreadful, but I'm giving it a go. And learning by doing is what they say. So we are learning by doing. So, but hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. All comments gratefully received. And if you get a chance, scan this QR code here because that's our Facebook group, and you can join us in the Facebook group. And come and talk to us, and we can all do stuff together and work out stuff and make videos about it. So I think the next episode is gonna be scrap. What do we do with all the scrap wood? So we're gonna be making jewelry next time, I believe. We're gonna make some earrings, and I'll show you where to get earring files from and the process of cutting them out and colouring them, making them look pretty, and putting them together. All right, so join you next time, and join us next time for that. Thank you very much, and Ziggy Wiggles loves you, and I must try and find the kitten that's inspired all of this in a minute. So if I can find him, I'll grab him for you. And don't forget to join our live streams on twitch.tv or on Twitch. And we haven't done a live stream yet, but we just need some followers. And we're going to put a schedule together, and then we're going to do some live streams and have fun on Twitch. And so thank you very much, guys. See you next time. Take care.